Hi, I'm Daniel and welcome to Board Game Feast, where the games table and dining table combine to create lasting memories. So today we're taking a look at Verdant, the new game from Flatout Games, specifically the collaboration team there rather than designed by one particular person. But it's in the same lineage as their previous big box abstract games, the previous one being Cascadia. That just so happens to be the very first game I covered on a video on this channel. And the final version just came in a couple of weeks ago. I've been having a lot of fun playing through the various solo scenarios and the family mode and all the different variations in there. And of course I've also been playing a lot of Calico, the first one in that series, which was my number 3 game of the year in 2020. So really love the previous efforts from this team, and very excited to see what they have for us next. So we're going to take a look at the game. We've got some tasty snacks to pair with it, of course. So let's get to it. Verdant is an abstract spatial puzzle game for 1 to 4 players. It has you trying to make the coziest or greenest house possible, filled with vibrant plants and sunny rooms, pets and furnishings. Now your goal in Verdant is always going to be to produce this grid of cards here. It's always going to be a 3x15 grid, and it's always going to be alternating between rooms and plants, rooms and plants. Now it's very much a point salad game here, or a point web or root network, if you will. You're going to be getting points from multiple things in your grid of cards here, from the matching the colours of the rooms to the colours of the plants. If you have the matching colour of the tile on those room cards, you're going to double that adjacency bonus. You have the verdancy tiles, the little leafles here, that if you manage to max out each plant, that's going to give you the certain number of points. You're going to get points for having all 5 colours of room in your house, all 5 colours of plants. There are points for having all 8 of the symbols on the tokens. So there really are a lot of paths here to how you can win the game. Now, all of these plant cards are going to have certain conditions, whether that's full sun or part shade or full shade. And you're looking to match those symbols with those on the adjacent rooms. Each time you do so, you'll get one of these verdancy lethal tokens. So the key part of this game here is the card market, where you'll be drafting cards, and essentially you'll be picking one of these 4 tiles in the middle and then one of the 2 cards on either side of that. You'll then place a green thumb token on the remaining card before replenishing the rest of the market. You can then place the card and token into your household tableau. The card, of course, has to be adjacent to another card, following the 3x5 grid and the alternating room and plant rule. The coloured pet and furnishing tokens can be placed on the roomed cards, and if you match the colour, they'll be adding to the adjacency bonus for adjacent plants. And you're also getting set bonuses for having all of the colours. You do have a space here to store one of these tokens for a later turn, but you can only hold one at a time, and any others have to be discarded. So these green tiles here will help you add verdancy to your plants that once they're already in your board. So the fertilizer here will let you add 3 verdancy to any plant in your tableau, like so. The watering can will let you add, basically you pick one room and then add a verdancy to each plant adjacent to that room. So if I choose this room here, for example, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's the spade garden trowel, which will let you pick, basically let you place 3 verdancy tokens on 3 plants anywhere in your tableau. So I could do this one, and this one down here, for example. Now, maxing out the verdancy requirements for each of these plants then allows you to pot them, which may be worth even more points. So these green tokens really allow for some clever gameplay that might allow you to pot multiple plants in one turn. So I found this game a wonderful sweet spot between the tightness of Calico and the openness of Cascadia. You have the wide decision space that the card market gives you. You have technically 8 options at any given time. But also the restrictions from having to alternate the types of cards and the 3x5 grid. It reminds me a little bit of King Domino, how you start off being able to play your cards in any direction and have some flexibility, but you'll very quickly find yourself sort of bouncing off the invisible walls, kind of like roots hitting the inside edges of the planter pot. It really is a game about improvisation. There's so many different ways of scoring points that you'll never really be able to optimize all of them. It's really a game of compromises, whether you'll have to focus on the adjacency bonuses or the tile matching. Sometimes you just won't be able to find the colour of plant that you really need, even if you bide your time and build some rooms for a while. At some point, you're just going to have to commit to a plant and make the most of your situation. Now, you do have some ways of mitigating any bad luck. You have the green thumb tokens that can help you reset the tokens or add extra verdancy. You've got the green tokens that also help you add extra verdancy in various ways. So there isn't really any way of resetting the cards available in the market at any given time. That may not be as much of an issue in a 3 or 4 player game where those cards are cycling more often, but in a solo and 2 player game you really do feel the stagnancy of those cards sometimes. The bonus points for having all 5 colours of plants or rooms in your house did feel a little bit like a consolation prize for not being able to build the perfect house that you wanted, so you can always just choose to focus on that instead. Now, there are some advanced cards that add some additional ways of scoring points that will vary game to game, and they don't add a huge amount points-wise. They do change the dynamics ever so slightly. Some are focused on more player interaction, like you're competing over the pots, or make certain types of plants or rooms more valuable, so suddenly heat drafting is more of a thing. But I really did enjoy this wonderfully unique little puzzle. The cozy theme is enhanced so much by the beautiful artwork of Beth Sobel and the graphic design, and the entire package is just so warm and welcoming. While this is just the prototype, I know Flatout always put such huge effort into multiple ways of playing the game with family modes and solo modes and scenarios and achievements. There are just so many ways of customizing the puzzle to whatever challenge you feel like at the moment. Speaking of cozy, what more to enhance that even further than a nice hearty meal? For our main course, I put together a nice green salad. Not a point salad, mind you, that is Flatout other game. But we have here some fresh sunflower shoots and a mix of other foraged greens and edible flowers. My original plan was to roast some fiddlehead ferns to put on top, but they're, I guess, not in season anymore. So instead we're going to have a little throwback to Cascadia with some barbecue salmon, plus a light Dijon vinaigrette dressing. Now for dessert, I put my buttercream piping skills to the test with these green thumb tarts. Started with some basic cookie dough and brownie batter mix. Then pressing the cookie dough into muffin cups to make little terracotta pots. Then filling those with the brownie batter for soil before baking. Now we have here some buttercream of various colours. You'll want a couple of shades of green for contrast. They also have here like a red purpley colour for some highlight. Once the pots have cooled, you can get creative with your favourite plants. Remember to serve with your favourite tea and also to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.